everyone. Today in this video we're talking about vocational studies in Finland. All right, so we'll talk about some colleges or some schools in Finland where you need to go and do free study in vocational courses, and for some schools or for some colleges you need to pay like a token. All right, so not all of them are absolutely free. For some you pay, for some you will not need to pay. All right, and then for you to be able to get the admission for any of the schools, you actually need to apply during the application period meted out or slated on their website. All right, so you will see the website much more as we go on in this video. So if this content is what interests you or interests someone that you might like to share it with, please stick to the very end of this video. My channel, my name is Emanuela, and for returning viewers I say a big welcome back to you. Thank you for all your support, liking my videos, sharing with family and friends, and sticking to this channel as much as watching all my videos whenever I upload a new one. I really appreciate your support. So let's look at a bit of who can apply for vocational trainings or vocational education in Finland and in most countries, okay, in Europe. All right, so vocational training is designed for young people and for adults. Young people from the ages 18 years and above. What we mean here is that young people who do not have other certification after they must have completed their secondary school education or their high school education. Also for young adults or for adults who have got some skills in probably plumbing, cooking, construction, hairdressing, hair making, barbing or barber, mechanics, agriculture, all other hands-on skills that they must have had. So they might need other or further trainings in any of these skills. And so after getting these vocational trainings or vocational skills in Finland and in other countries, they will need to go to other countries or need to stay in Finland to work and earn as well. So these people I just mentioned are the people that can apply for vocational studies. However, we usually see that some people, even they have gotten their bachelor's degree and probably not what they wanted to do or what they like to do, probably discovered later that they have skills, all right, in any of these that I've mentioned, then they can also apply for this vocational education or vocational training in Finland and in other countries that they might find while they do their research. Okay, so for some vocational trainings they can do that and then also be working, while some they will just do it and then after like year 1 or year 2 they get to start working and get paid at the same time. So this means that for some vocational schools you actually study and practice what you have been taught in class and get paid, while in some you study and work and you might not be paid, but probably you get like a free feeding or free housing as the case may be. Okay, so for most countries like Finland, what you get as benefits of studying or doing a vocational course would vary from one college or the other. So you have to check all this at the university or at the college website when you are making your application. In fact, you need to actually check it first before you start making your application so that you know what you're getting into. All right, so let's look at some criteria, some requirements that you need to have or you need to put in mind before you start making your application to these vocational schools in Finland and in some other countries that you might find. So the first thing is that you need to know that it is open to all applicants who are going to be applying from any part of the world. Okay, so it doesn't matter if you're from Africa, if you're from Asia, or even if you're from Europe, all right, you can apply to these vocational schools. It's open to all. The second thing you need to know is that you have to be 18 years and above. All right, so if you're 15, you don't fit in for most schools in Finland. So you need to be 18 years and above before you can make or before you can start making your application to be able to qualify to actually study a vocational course in Finland. Okay, the third thing to know is that you might be able to move with your family, but there are some conditions to be met, so also put that in mind as well. The next thing to note is that for some courses you'll be taught in English language, and so most colleges in Finland will require you to have an IELTS. So you need to have an IELTS to be on the safer side, or you get a statement that says that you've been previously taught in English language. Okay, so to be on the safe side and to have your admission very smoothly, all right, just have your IELTS. Going for your IELTS exam, do it and get the best of it and then use it to apply for most vocational schools in Finland. And so some people might be wondering, Finnish is the language that is spoken in Finland. Yes. So some vocational schools might actually require you to have a knowledge of Finnish language. All right. So I know that there are some apps that you can actually download and learn some basics in Finnish language, so that you can even have some vocabularies and some sentences that you need to use to move around when you actually arrive finally in Finland as a student. Okay, so however, just know that it is not a must, but at least it is necessary for you to actually know the basics, all right, of Finnish language. Let's look at the demo and find out the colleges that are offering these vocational studies. Let's look at some of these courses and find out their requirements, and you will be able to choose which one best suits you. Now let's look at the demo.
So the first school we're going to look at is Rivia Vocational School in Finland. All right, they have so many courses there. But let's look at the first one. If you're a chef, that's if you're good in the kitchen, if you like to cook or you like to bake, all right, this is actually the skill that you should be looking at. So when you scroll down, you have all the requirements, all the information that you need. You see here, entry requirements, you have to be at least 18 years of age when the study starts. You also need to have your high school certificate, that's your secondary school certificate or general school leaving certificate. You need a good command of English. You need to be good physical and mental condition to study and work in restaurant and catering service. So basically kitchen services, if you're good at that, then you should look out for those courses. How will the training be arranged? The training will start in English language. It will include both full-time theoretical studies and work-based learning. All right. So it lists all of the things that you will require on this course. So the duration of the training, duration of the studies is individual depending on your previous studies and experience in the field. It says the average duration is 2 to 3 years. A personal study development plan will be made for each student. So when you go down again onto the site, you have the student selection will be done in 2 phases. What you need to know about this training, all right? So you need to do a 2-minute video and answer those following questions. What do you know about this training? What are your expectations for the training? Why would you like to study in this training? What kind of challenges you might have in studying? What kind of job and life do you dream of after the study? So they need to know if you actually have interest in this study or just coming. All right. Attach the video link on your application form. Video submitted otherwise will not be received. More details, instruction for the video will be found on the application form. So while you are trying to do the application, other necessary information will be given to you. So let's see. Application period has already started 1st of March and it will end 30th of April, guys. 30th of April 2023. Have the interviewee selection from 2nd to 12th of May. Interviews online 15 to 26th of May, and then student selection from May 2nd or June 2023. Start of training will be 28th September 2023, guys. So just start applying. You just need your secondary school certification, your 2-minute video on you answering those questions. You also have to represent yourself as a chef or a cook in the kitchen. All right. If you need to apply, then you click on the red button and then you start applying here. Let's try it and see. But let's remind ourselves that the application is open 1st of March and it will close and 30th of April. So it says the training is primarily aimed at non-Finnish speaking students, guys, who have sufficient skills in English language. Students are at least 18 years of age when the studies start. So let's click on how to apply and let's see what it gives us. So guys, it says there, fill in your email address in the field and click send message. You will receive a confirmation to your email. Open it to complete the registration or the application. So here, email address, you just click on it, type in your email and click send verification, and then an update will be sent to your email, and then you continue your registration from there. However, I want to digress a little bit because while checking this site, I also noticed some other information that when you highlight this, you have other fields of education. I looked at vehicle industry, all right, for people that want to look into vehicle industry, maybe like you're a mechanic, you're into car dealing and all that. This guy is the repair of tires, And if that is your own skill as well, you may as well have you take some time out to check out this other page. So I think that basically for Rivera vocational school, you just have to do the same thing. You just have to do the same thing and then try to apply at the same time. All right, so another thing to look at is that you can also learn and be working. It says what apprenticeships. When you choose a learning contract as your way of studying, you train while working, get paid, and gain work experience. An apprenticeship is a working life-oriented way to study a profession, change a field, get a certificate of your own competence, continue studies you have not completed, or acquire additional training. With a learning contract, you can complete any secondary vocational. Another school you might want to look at in Finland is Vamia College, vocational school, Vamia vocational school. I know many people have heard about Vamia vocational school. Yes, they've had their application started in January 2023. However, why I'm bringing it up in this video again is because they have two application periods. The first one was in January and has closed. The second one is going to open in August. So in Vamia Vocational School, you have different courses. You have cook, you have mechanical fitter, you have waiter or waitress, you have platter welder, you have machinist. All right. And if you notice, it says cook program in English language, waiter or waitress program in English language, machinist program in English language, mechanical fitter program also in English language, platter welder program in English language. Now let's look at one of them. Let's click on cook and find out. All right, it says what vocational upper secondary qualification in restaurant and catering services. Cook program provides you with basic knowledge of both theory and practice in food production, and read all the information that there is to read. I'm not going to take much time on that. All right, and then all the requirements, the composition of the course, and how to apply, and all of that. Let's look at how to apply. So when you click on how to apply, this is what you see. You have to be nationalities, all nationalities, like I said in the video at the beginning. Everyone from every country can apply. You just need to be at least 18 years of age when your studies start. There is no upper age limit. Qualification equivalent to finish basic education of 9 years. That's your about secondary school certification. You need verified copies of your certificate. So it's translated into English, Finnish, or Swedish language. Certificate of the International English Test, see below. All right. Enough funds of living expenses on the applicant's account. That's for people that need visas. You look at the immigration service website and find out the things that you need. Good physical condition to study and work. Valid passport, which is attached to the application. Up here it says what? English language test. Every applicant needs to have one of the following English test score. Like I said, you need to be on the safe side to have the best of the application so that you can beat your chest and know that you have submitted the best application. All right, you have one of the following English test scores submitted during applying. We don't accept any other test, diplomas, or qualifications as proof of language skills. All right, you have here for mechanical fitter, machinist, or platter welder, you have certificates of international English test. That's Duolingo, which you can get, all right, studying online. You need 85 points minimum. So you see, though, for those two courses, you don't even need IELTS. While for cook and waiter or waitress, you need either certificate of international English test from Duolingo, 85 points minimum, or you can have your IELTS English language test, 5.5 band minimum. On Duolingo test, choose Vamia as your school and send results and save the file to attach the app to the application. It's straight up, guys. And then if you scroll down here again, like I said earlier, link to the application. So look at it. The next application starts in August 2023. That's why I am bringing up the school again, so that you can hold fast and then be on the lookout when the next application is going to start. All right. August 2024, the studies that will begin in January 2024. So if you miss the first application period, please have in mind that all hope is not lost. August 2023 is almost here, so that you can fasten your belt for your application. This application period is only possible to apply to cook, waiter, and waitress programs. The application period remains open until the quota of applicants is met. So all the information that you need, you find there. For students in restaurants and catering services, the following test is obligatory and will be taken in versus salmonella. All right. So once it's August, you just come here, click on it, and you start your application. Also, before I will go off this demo, please remember that for Finland, like in most other countries, for you to get your PR, your PR will be ready like in 5 years. All right, it's gonna be 5 years. So you start counting from when you start your studies, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. After your studies, you stay more 2 to 3 years to work, depending on number of years of your studies. Then when you stay up to 5 years, then you can now apply for your PR. But remember my candid advice, you need an app to actually learn a bit of Finnish, because Finnish language is also part of the requirements that you need to have before you are able to get your permanent residence in Finland.
All right, guys, so thank you very much for watching till the very end. So try to make up your mind, choose the college that suits you, that's where you best fit, and then make your application. So if I have not mentioned your college here, or your college has not opened application, please try to stick to this channel and find out when they're going to make an application. You notice that some colleges will open, has opened January, and some will also open in August. Some are still in progress. So just find out the one that suits you, make your application, put up all your documents, get your resume, CV, everything ready, and then fixing your application. So if you're not able to go to the university to have a bachelor's degree, you can actually have hands-on by going to vocational training and being the best of what you can be and do what you love best. Thank you for watching till the very end. Please like this video, share to as many people as possible, subscribe if you're new here, and I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching till the very end. See you in my next video. Till then, keep learning.